Hi, a very good evening, all of you. Welcome to day 5 dinner session. I hope you guys are ready. So today, polymeric materials in dentistry. Instead of MCQs, I planned this session in a different format. We'll have blanks where you'll not have any options, just plain blanks, like in our high school. So you'll not have any options, and for each blank, you answer it right, you'll be given plus 10 marks. If you answer it wrong, 0 marks. Or if you don't answer, obviously 0. So right answer plus 10, wrong answer 0. We have total 10 blanks. So the maximum score for tonight's session is going to be 100. So let's see how many of you are going to score the maximum. And among these 10 questions, I included 1 or 2 general questions as well, or general points as well, to make the session interesting. And also, as I said, interesting as well as important numericals. So I hope you guys are ready. And if you have any streaming issues or any issues with audio or video, do let me know in the comment section. Let's go ahead. So I'm assuming everything is fine. So let's start with our presentation now. So first and foremost, so this is our 5th day, 5th dinner session. So let's look into the first blank. By the way, you will not find answers over here because last night some answers or key was slipped, right? So there was leakage. So to minimize or to avoid leakage of key, I've removed answers altogether. So I'll be posting the right answer in the comment section. Okay. So that's the deal we have. So please go ahead. First, blank. Polymerization is a repetitive intermolecular chain growth reaction that can proceed almost indefinitely, sometimes reaching a molecular weight or molecular weights as high as. So can you fill this blank? It's a very, very basic and general question. Very interesting one, not that it's important in entrance point of view. So which one do you think fits into that blank? Which number? 1, 10, 100, million? Or do you want me to give options? Please don't ask me for options. Yeah, a very good evening. So first blank, as I said, right answer plus 10, wrong answer 0, maximum score of 100. So polymerization is a repetitive intermolecular chain growth reaction that can proceed almost indefinitely, sometimes reaching molecular weights as high as. Okay. If you want me to give options, of course I can. Hi Hrishikesh, Hadi, Harshita, Tanu, Bhagyashri, Swadina. Hi Trilok, Ritu, Vasuki, Ignatius, Saumya, Gunjan, Harshita. Oh, very good evening. A very good evening. The reason why I'm smiling is I just checked Swadina's answer. So Swadina seems to be very sharp. Okay. I mean, you cannot answer it indefinitely. Indefinitely is not the right answer. I want you to give me a value. So molecular weights as high as. Hi, Dvaipayan. Oh, very good evening. Okay. Since it's a starter, I'll give you some options. 1 million, 10 million, 50 million, or indefinitely. What do you say? Hadi also says limitless. Okay, that seems an appropriate answer. But since we're taking standard textbooks as reference, let's go by the number given over there, no matter how silly it is. I'm sure it's not silly. 50 million is right answer. So Swadina plus 10. Okay, so first one, I can understand. I know it's a challenging one, but we'll also be talking about the properties of various polymers, including the monomers, boiling point, etc. So let's see. So first question, the answer is 50 million. So let me just type the answer so that those who attend the session later can have a look at it in the comment section, right? 50 million, as high as 50 million. Okay. Sharmila says 10 million. You're very close. Just 5 times of 10 million. Okay, that's fine. 50 million. I found this interesting. That's the reason why I'm sharing this. Okay. You need not memorize it or by heart it. Keep it aside. So polymerization is a repetitive intermolecular chain growth, a reaction that can proceed almost indefinitely, sometimes reaching molecular weights as high as 50 million. And as you know, molecular weights are measured. The unit is Dalton. Okay. Now let's move on to the second blank. Initiator benzoyl peroxide is activated rapidly between what temperature range? So I'm sure you heard of the initiator benzoyl peroxide, which is used in polymerization process. So this is activated between which temperatures? Can you give me a temperature range? You can see it's in degrees centigrade. Just give me a temperature range. Benzoyl peroxide activated rapidly between. And those who answer it right, you'll be given plus 10 or else 0. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll give plus 2 to those who answer something. It doesn't matter what it is. Those who answer something plus 2. Okay, I'm giving you due consideration because there are no options and this is altogether new format again for us, for those especially preparing for the NEET MDS or ini-cet. So those who answer it right, new rules. Those who answer it right, plus 10. Those who answer it wrong or answer something, plus 2. And those who don't answer, 0 marks. So the qualifying mark is 20. Okay. So you answer something for 10 questions, you'll qualify. Very good. Pinky says 50 to 100, Hadi 60 to 70, 50 to 100, 20 to 30, 50 to 100, 50 to 100. Okay, let me just post the key. In the meantime, you guys can try answering this. And as I said, right answer plus 10, wrong answer or any answer plus 2, no answer 0. So I'm typing the key in the comment section. You guys can check it out, okay? So it is 50 to 100 degrees, between 50 and 100 degrees centigrade, as majority of you rightly answered. So please award yourself plus 10. Very good. And those who answered it wrong, plus 2. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Third question. I'm sure majority of you are going to answer it right, but let's see. The visible light-cured dental restoratives, camphorquinone and an organic amine generate free radicals when irradiated by light in a blue to violet region. Light with a wavelength of about how much wavelength range is needed to trigger this reaction, or you can give me a specific wavelength. So light with a wavelength of about dash nanometers is needed to trigger this reaction. So give me some value, let's see. You know the visible light range, so I'm sure you'll be able to answer it right. Even if your value is close to the given answer, you'll be given plus 10, right? And do make a note of your scores, and as you know, you can declare your scores by the end of the session. So in visible light-cured dental restoratives, camphorquinone and an organic amine generate free radicals when irradiated by light in blue to violet region. That's your hint. Light with a wavelength of about dash nanometers is needed to trigger this reaction. So which value would you place it? As I said, if your answer is close to the given value, then we'll be awarding you plus 10. We're very liberal in this session. Excellent. Excellent. So I'm typing the answer and I'll then reveal the answer, okay? Okay, I'm posting the key. It's 470 nanometers in specific, but those who answered are in a range of 400 to 500. So those who answered either 400 or 500 or within that or around that, award yourself plus 10. Okay, 470 nanometers is the right answer. So well done, guys. I really appreciate you because majority of you, I think almost all of you gave the right answer. Yes, almost everyone. Fantastic. So it is 470 nanometers. You can consider that as a threshold, right? Yeah. To trigger this reaction. Threshold for the reaction. Now, let's move on to the next question. Before that, I wanted to highlight one point. Initiator benzoyl peroxide activated rapidly within 1500 degrees centigrade, as you rightly mentioned. This leads to release of 2 free radicals per benzoyl peroxide molecule. Keep that in mind. So with this initiation, of course, we need free radicals to initiate the reaction. So 2 free radicals per benzoyl peroxide molecule are released. Okay, now let's move on to the fourth question. Commercial dental resins commonly contain a small amount of inhibitor, as you're all aware of, such as methyl ether of hydroquinone, to aid in prevention of polymerization during storage. And in case of two-part systems, to provide adequate time for mixing and placement. There is an inhibitor. So how much amount of inhibitor is present? The number is very interesting. That's the very reason why I'm sharing this. Not that you should mug it up. Okay. And previous two questions, second and third question, consider them very, very important, and you need to memorize those values. First and fourth, okay, that's fine. So commercial dental resins commonly contain a small amount of approximately dash of an inhibitor such as methyl ether of hydroquinone to aid in prevention of polymerization during storage, and in case of two-part or self-cured systems, to provide adequate time for mixing and placement. Fantastic. So in the meantime, I'll type out the answer so you guys can answer, okay, as soon as possible. I know it's a tough question. No, okay, let me give you a hint. The answer is less than 0. So commercial dental resins commonly contain a small amount or a negligible part of an inhibitor such as methyl ether of hydroquinone. You can consider this point very important, right? Even though the value, I don't stress upon the same, but at least what type of inhibitor is added to prevent polymerization, consider this very, very important, right? Okay, I'm revealing the answer. I mean, most of you are nowhere near the answer except Hadi and Swadina. So the right answer is 0.0, and also Manish, well done, 0.0006% or less. Very, 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 very negligible amount. So it's 0.006. Okay, let me just remove the comment. There is an extra 0. Yeah, I'm posting the answer again. Please check. It's 0.006%, and those who answer in points do award yourself plus 10 marks. Okay, the rest of you plus 2. If you haven't answered, 0. Yes, it's very tough, but don't worry. It's not about numerical in this particular question. We're talking about the inhibitor. You can at least take home this particular important point, right? Yeah. Sanjay, I already replied to your mail today. Yeah, please check out your inbox. Okay, yeah, refresh it so that you can check my mail. Sometimes our mails won't get updated. It could be, it's one of the most common complaints I hear. So we already replied to your mail. Please refresh your mail. We already replied this morning, right? Yes. And Hadi, since you said it's so tough, always hope that the questions are very tough and hope that you will be able to answer them. Only in that case, you'll emerge topper, isn't it? Now let's move on to the next question. So now don't say this is tough. Fifth one, boiling point of methylmethacrylate is, you should be able to give me the exact value. So for this, no exceptions. If you give the exact number, you'll be given +10 or else +2. If no answer, 0. Okay. So what do you say? Boiling point of methylmethacrylate is, you know this, you have been using this right from your first year of BDS. So you should be able to answer this. Okay. So 5th question. So in the meantime, I'll just type the key in the comment section and release it only once you answer. And your answer has to be accurate to the decimal level, right? So no exceptions for this. Okay, very good. So boiling point of methylmethacrylate is, okay, I'm releasing the key. Here it is. It's 100, almost near to boiling point, 100.8 degrees centigrade. Those who answered 100.8, please award yourself +10. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you consideration. 100, 101. If you answered in and around those values, please give yourself +10. Now let's move on to the next question. Polymethylmethacrylate is a hard resin with a knoop hardness number of, I know this is challenging, but I want you to remember the values. Knoop hardness number of various materials we discussed in one of the previous live sessions. So now we are adding on to that. So polymethylmethacrylate is a hard resin with a knoop hardness number of, give me the range. So no one is answering this. Okay, let me give you a hint. I know these are all challenging questions and let me help you. The answer range is between 15 to 20. So now, give me some random answers. No, I see some of you already answering it. Impressive. Good, Soumya, Felicia, Pinky, Manish. Well done. Keep it up. So anyways, I've given you a hint, 15 to 20. The answer is in between 15 to 20. And yes, I wanted to remember these values for this particular question, right? Okay, fantastic. So I'm releasing the key. It's 18 to 20 knoop hardness number, as some of you already mentioned, right? So please award yourself +10 if your answer is between 15 to 20, and rest of you 0 if no answer. Now let's move on to the next question. This is very simple, and I'm sure you know the answer for this question. Let's see. Molecular weight of methylmethacrylate is dash daltons. So it's a molecular weight of methylmethacrylate. 7th question. Molecular weight of methylmethacrylate is, Pinky says it's 100. In fact, the answer to this is already available in form of different question previously. That's a hint I can give you, and that's all I can give you, nothing more than that. Molecular weight of methylmethacrylate. Okay. Oh, yeah, keep trying. It can be any number, doesn't matter, because you'll get +2 if you answer anything. This +2 is being given only to encourage active participation, and these are our rules. We're all together and we get to make rules, isn't it? So right answer +10, because no options and it's a blank. You should retrieve that from your memory. It's no easy task, so +10. For active participation, so +2 if you give out any of the values or answers, but no answer, no participation, 0. Okay, very good. So it is 100 Daltons. Release the key. So those who answered 100, please award yourself plus 10. Any other answer, plus 2. No answer, 0. 100 Daltons. Now let's move on to the next question. Okay, this will be the final one, which is tough. Rest of them will be relatively easy. Just two more questions. So polymethylmethacrylate is stable. It's a polymer, right? It is stable to heat below which temperature and softens at which temperature and can be molded as thermoplastic material from that particular temperature, right? So just try to answer these two blanks. Polymethylmethacrylate is stable to heat below dash degree centigrade and softens at which particular temperature? Pinky, very good, Pinky. Pinky says 125 degrees and 125 degrees respectively. So what do you think? So polymethylmethacrylate is stable to heat below and softens at which particular temperatures. And interestingly, once they're heated to almost 450 degrees, most of the depolymerization happens. And when I say most, it's around 90%. So when they're heated to almost 450, 90% depolymerization happens. But the temperatures which we're talking here are much lesser. So yes, very good. 125 degrees centigrade, here is the key. So polymethylmethacrylate is stable to heat below 125 degrees centigrade, softens at 125 degrees centigrade, where it can be molded as thermoplastic material, and above 450 or 450 degrees centigrade, we can say like above 125 degrees centigrade, depolymerization starts, but at around 450 degrees centigrade, 90% of depolymerization is seen, and it leads to formation of methacrylate monomer, right? Methyl methacrylate. Very good. So 125 degrees and 125 degrees respectively, as Pinky rightly mentioned in the beginning. Rest of you, well done. Please award yourself plus 10. Now let's move on to the penultimate question of the dash element. So this is a general one, but also interesting one. And also I'm going to present you another add-on interesting point to this. Periodic table, I'm sure we all mugged up periodic tables in our high school. So of the total dash number of elements currently listed in periodic table, we need to update, right? We had gone through periodic table some years ago, myself ages ago. It doesn't mean that I'm too old. So of dash elements currently listed in periodic table, about dash can be classified as metals. So consider this as a general knowledge question. So what do you think is more appropriate answer? I'm not going to give any hints, right? If you want to Google, that's completely up to you, but I don't think you'll get right answer. Okay, in the meantime, I'll just type the key and do post your answer as soon as possible. So of total number of dash elements. So how many elements are currently listed in periodic table, and among which, how many of them are classified as metals? Good news. Soumya has discovered a new element. Congratulations, Soumya. What's the name of that element? Samyogen. Okay. Typing key is no easy task. So I'm ready. So let me know when you guys are ready. Very good. Very good. Here is the key. I know it's a challenging question, but it's a general knowledge trivia. So of 118 elements currently listed in periodic table, around 74.6% of them, that is 88 of them, can be classified as metals. 88, right? So these are values given in Phillips. You can go by them. And interestingly, no element having an atomic number greater than 92 occurs naturally in larger quantities, which means above 92 it's all scarce and valuable. So no element having an atomic number more than 92 occurs naturally in large quantities. Okay, that's the reason why I think countries are, becoming breeding grounds for radioactive materials, including uranium. Very good. I'm glad you guys tried. So it is 118 and 88 respectively. And no matter what you answer, do award yourself plus 10. So 119, it's ononium. Is that true, or are you just making up Ignatius? I'm just asking to find out. Okay, very good, very good. So anyways, let me know. Do confirm that, Ignatius. Now let's, as per the information given in Phillips, we have 118 and 88 respectively. But if there is 119th, Soumya, well done. Also, Ignatius, I appreciate for bringing it to our attention. And if it is 119, we'll update that in the description part of the video. And yesterday's dinner session, we updated the PDF, as far as I remember. Yes, the PDF link of Vita 3D Master was posted in the description part of yesterday's dinner session. Do check it out once. Now, finally, this is something which I already discussed in one of the shorter form of videos, Insta Reels as well as YouTube Shorts. So let's see how many of you are going to answer it right. Human memory capacity is approximately dash bits of information. There can be varying answers, but I had taken one reference and shared with you. If you remember, try answering this. And no matter what you answer, plus 10 will be your score. Okay, Gunjan, Ignatius, Gunjan says uranium is hypothetical. So, I mean, if it is actually discovered, then maybe we can incorporate that as 119th. Anyways, I'll also check that personally once. Gunjan, appreciate your enthusiasm. So, human memory capacity is approximately how many bits or how much bits of information. So, a couple of weeks ago, we posted a reel, as far as I remember, one Sunday. I don't remember which Sunday it is, but one Sunday. It was a lovely day. It was a lovely video, and I thoroughly enjoyed doing that because it shows human mind's capacity, right? So it's almost infinite, but you can't answer infinite here. They have given a definite number. Okay, million means it means you're very, very considerate. Yes, Preeti, very good. 10 bits of information per second, but still that will be very, very less. That still will be very, very less. That mounts to around 22 into 10 power 10, as far as I remember, or 10 power 5. But human memory capacity is 22 into 10 power 30 bits. Yeah. 22 into 10 power 30. Where is million and where is 10 power 30? So it's 22 into 10 power 30 bits of information based on my reference, right? If you want to know what that reference is, you can get back through mail. It's a general book, Power of Subconscious Mind by Carpenter. So I got this value from there. Okay. Very good. So those who answered this question, it can be an answer, do award yourself plus 10. And remember, as Preeti said, even if you remember 10 bits of information, you will be getting only 22 into 10 power 5, but your capacity is way beyond. It's 22 into 10 power 30. This is something which I'm really proud of to share, because we often complain saying that we forget things, right? But no, it's not that we forget things. We can, I mean, we do remember each and everything that we come across. The real challenge is to recall the same. So through practice, through numbering techniques, through pictorial representations, we can, enhance that recallability. But if you're worried about your memory, please do not worry at all, right? So please do post your scores. Let's see what's the maximum score out of 10. So the question is not about memory or our capacity. You should understand that we're all humans, regardless, I'm sure you understand, and regardless of our color, regardless of our race, the region, geographical, economic, socio-political status, it can be anything. We're all human beings. And, the creator is not biased. We all have, even though there are variations which are perceived through our eyes, but as a physiological unit, as a life form, we're all the same, without any doubt. So the capacities are more or less the same. So you should never undermine your own potential. And in fact, this is something which I keep on highlighting. We tend to compare ourselves. If someone wins it, today I've seen discussed through Swedish people, the gold and silver went to Swedish people. Third, I think some other country, Australia fourth. Since they got gold in discus, does it mean I should get depressed that I'm not good at discus throw? That would be a foolish comparison, right? So that's something which I commonly see, which commonly happens with students when someone scores, or someone in a weekly test. I'm not talking about even final exam, even at BDS level, even at high school level, even at kindergarten level. Nowadays, these comparisons, these stupid comparisons and foolish comparisons are allowing us to undermine ourselves, which is completely false, and it's a lie. It's purely a lie. So each and every one of us have our own potential. The real challenge lies in tapping into it, rather than succumbing to pressure, negativity, or temptations. If we can, just choose what we want and work towards it, it's very simple, in fact. But when it comes to application, it seems to be a challenge because of the kind of negativity and distractions we're all in. Frankly speaking, sleeping early, waking up early is a very, very easy thing. I'll share my experience. Since it's a weekend, I think I can take some additional time. I hope you'll not mind. Even if you mind, I don't mind. Okay. What I wanted to share is, 2 years ago, we've been to Nepal along with our parents, and we stayed at a place. It's a mountainous place. It's a kind of village, a small village, and there was a resort. We stayed there, and yeah, Pokhara. It's near Pokhara. It's around 2 hours from Pokhara. You should go high, up, and up, and you can see all those Annapurna range of mountains. In fact, I posted a video over there. I love doing videos over there. Okay, I'm just going in a different way. Now, my point is, when we were there, we lost power. I mean, it was around 5:30. There was no power. It's a small village, and there is no power because of thunderstorms and all. By 5:15 or 5:30, everything became very dark. I mean it, very dark. So our mobiles were, the charging was low. Laptop charging was not there because we have been traveling from morning itself. So I had to travel from Kathmandu via flight to Pokhara, and from there taxi. We were tired. The charging was almost dull or nil, and there is no power. You know what we did? We ate and we slept by 6:15 or 6:30. That was first time in my life I slept that early. And surprisingly, I woke up at 3 o'clock or 2:30, and I was very pumped up, filled with energy. I was looking at sunrise. The sky was clear, luckily. Beautiful sunrise, picturesque Himalayan view. That was an amazing experience. So I didn't struggle at all. I didn't feel like I struggled at all. But now, living in this concrete jungle with all the setup and all, if I want to sleep, I have a lot of distractions. We all have TV, we all have cable connection, smartphones, OTT platforms. So they're just taking us, what can I say, wrong direction. I don't know what to call it. We can use any adjectives, but my point is, these things are not very difficult to do. Sleeping early, waking up early, but given the circumstances we are in, it's becoming more and more challenging. So my original point, I'm getting back to my original point, that is, if you're passionate about what you're doing, if you know what you love, and if you're passionate about doing something, how do you know whether you're passionate or not? Once you start doing it, you'll understand. BDS first year, you might not have much clarity, but final year internship, you'll have some clarity. Once you start your practice, you'll have more clarity. And most of you say in internship or by internship, you realize that one particular specialty is your favorite. So with exposure, with repeated practice, you'll know what you're passionate about. And here comes one major challenge, that is following your passion regardless of challenges which you face. It can be financial issues, personal issues, family issues. No, because ultimately, if you don't follow your passion, who is going to be at loss? It's we, right? So we have this one life. I don't know, I don't understand about rebirths and all. I don't know about it at all. But right now, for me, I'm alive. I'm a kind of life form, so I should not undermine myself by making some stupid foolish comparisons. And in this given life, all I need to do is just give my best, be passionate about what I'm doing, and try to chase excellence. I think that's something which drives me each and every moment, chasing excellence. So it's not easy at all. I mean, when I was looking at Olympics, when I was looking at all athletes, literally there were tears in my eyes, because I can see the perfection with which they are trying to achieve something. That's a wonderful motivation. Just watch Olympics, anything that's live. Just watch the final race, or it can be any a game. It will be very, very inspiring. Athletes, they keep training themselves, pushing themselves so hard. Look at their bodies; it's all chiseled. They train themselves so hard, and even one minor error, they're out of race, out of competition. If if we can take inspiration from these small things, but ultimately we should ask ourselves this big question: what is it I'm doing with my life? Am I doing what I'm loving? So people mock, people say many things. Even when I started shorter form of videos, I got some amount of negativity, but majority of positivity. But still, that negativity is something which takes us down. We should not let that happen. We have this one life, so why not give our best and chase excellence? Because that's how we see success, not just even Olympics. I don't agree with the concept. It's not that only once you win a gold medal. Today, Sindhu lost. So does it mean she's a bad player? No, at that particular moment, the opposition, the one from Taipei, I think, I don't exactly remember her name, Liu Wan or someone, she has done her best at that particular moment. Doesn't make Sindhu bad, or it doesn't make her a loser. So we we will be experiencing success not just only once we reach the summit, but it's the entire journey, as they say. So always keep that in mind. And these things look very minuscule. The entrance, the ranks. There is a lot of tamasha and drama going on, uh, because uh, I see in majority of the cases it's all about money, right? It's all about not even trying to give you a bit. It's all about making money, fooling aspirants. There is a lot of hangama and drama going on. And we personally fell in that trap, myself and my family, during my plus one and plus two, and I lost valuable 2 or 3 years. I mean, when I say I lost, not that I sat at home. I was in intermediate 2 years, long term 1 year, and those were the darkest phases. I mean, being a life form, and not even exposed to many things in life, not even experienced many good things in life, getting exposed to such levels of negativity and pressure, not just me, millions, I can say, in India, because of this stupid kind of education system where there is rat race and nonsensical comparison. We are spoiling young lives, and we are not allowing them to dream big, which is a sin to humanity. So these are something which always are in my mind at some particular level, or at some particular place in my brain. So this is what something which drives me on moment to moment basis. And all I would suggest to you is just follow your passion and just give your best. Results, they are nothing in our life. I mean, they are just minuscule things, and you're not even going to remember your results after 1 year or 2 years. Do you remember your marks? How many marks you got in anatomy theory, anatomy practical, anatomy viva? I don't think you'll remember. Not for lifetime, but even after 1 year, if I ask you this question, you'll stutter and stammer. It is not the issue with memory again, but I'm talking about the significance of the kind of impact it has. But if I ask you this question, like, have you attended this dissection? Have you seen some layers? Have you dissected by yourself? How was your experience? These are certain things which will last in our mind and memory forever, right? So always chase for excellence and try giving your best. And most importantly, please do not resort to any stupid or foolish comparisons. And whatever you achieve, it will be yours and yours alone. And don't expect others to do something for you. No one does anything for us in life. That's a harsh reality, which is a very good thing, because if someone is constantly doing something for us, then how can we express 100% as a life form? So be yourself, give your best, chase excellence, and success is not something which you'll achieve at one particular time or one particular phase or point. You'll experience success each and every moment, right? If you leave me, I'm going to talk like this for another 2 or 3 hours, or maybe indefinitely. So I'm going to break here. And your feedback regarding sessions is always welcome. And if you have any queries or you need any further assistance, always feel free to get back through mail at proudtobedentist@gmail.com, right? So let me just go through your comments and then we'll conclude this session. Bhagyashri, it's impressive that you used superscript 10 power 9. How do you do that? Can you please let me know? I'm really impressed that you used superscript. And how do you use that superscript? Like, have you copied it from elsewhere, or do you have a superscript option in the comment section here? Even though I don't find any. Yes, Preeti, 21, 22nd, I'm just checking the calendar. Yes, the key of critical thinking assignment was not updated. We'll try to get back to you with key in e-classes as soon as possible, okay? Bhagyashri, I'm trying long pressing, but it doesn't work. Okay, I pressed again. Maybe my phone doesn't support. Okay, I'll explore that. Long press. Yes, Hadi. Yeah, the right answer is 22 to 10 power 30. You can check out the short video, which is already there on YouTube, right? Yes, Hadi, we woke up at 2:30, and it's not like waiting. You just roam around in the darkness. It's very cold out there, but the beauty is early morning. Uh, the snow appears golden white. That was the first kind of experience. Sunset and sunrise timings, the snow appears, golden color. I mean, it's a very fantastic view. In fact, we had taken some videos. I'll see if I can explore that once again and post the pictures. You'll not even find that as a struggle. It will be a pleasure doing that. Gunjan, you say memory levels down in Viva? No, I don't think so. It's not the memory, but it's your apprehension levels which rise by 100%. But if you love your professor, no matter who he or she is, I'm sure he'll be giving even extra answers, isn't it? Search engine. Okay, you're a student of my father. Okay, hi. May I know your name? I'm fine, search engine. How are you? Thank you. And glad to hear that you're my father's student. Hadi says, no problem, sir. You talk, we so happy to hear. Glad to hear that, Hadi. Ritu, I've already answered the question. You're just so carried with the answer. Why do you want to know the answer when I said you have tremendous potential to remember? Okay, yeah. So I think we don't have any more comments. So let's conclude the session. It was lovely interacting with you guys. So tomorrow morning, we'll have a 5 a.m. club as usual, but we'll have a very interesting discussion, a literature review. And we'll see you again tomorrow morning, 5 o'clock. After meditation, we'll go ahead with some literature review. And yes. So it's coming on your tab, Bhagyashri, maybe. Okay, Stalin, glad to hear from you. Yes. Okay, guys. So have a fantastic weekend. Do watch Olympics, right? And regardless of which country the participant is from, look at their achievements and look at how they're performing. Regardless of which country they are from, you'll enjoy like anything, and I'm sure you'll get inspired and you'll stay inspired, wondering what we all can achieve in our own capacity. Take care. Oh, Swadhin, it works for you? That's fantastic. So anyways, I'll try after this session, okay? Yeah. By point, yes, we'll consider image-based questions also. Okay, guys, good night. Bye.